Good morning and welcome to Overpack County Park. We're here today to talk about the importance of our county parks and our desire to preserve and enhance them for future generations of Bergen County residents and visitors. Research shows that parks provide important physical and mental benefits for visitors. They offer opportunities to get exercise and breathe fresh air. Enjoying green space has been found to lower stress levels and aggression and soothe individuals with anxiety or other mental health issues. In a densely populated county within a densely populated state, Bergen County's parks are a place to relax and enjoy a little solitude. The park we stand at right now represents just under 645 acres of more than 9,000 acres of Bergen County land dedicated to open space, recreation, and historical preservation. In our parks, you can enjoy forests, wetlands, farmland, gardens, rivers, lakes, camping, athletic fields, a ski area, archery range, equestrian center, canoes, rowboats, and more. Beyond the benefits of each of these experiences when we take a walk in our park system is a valuable community asset and often the most immediate way that Bergen County residents interact with county government. The parks don't belong to county government, though. As county executive, I recognize that, along with my colleagues on the Freeholder Board and our excellent team at the Parks Department, I am merely the caretaker of these parks while I hold office. The people of Bergen County are the true owners of Bergen County parks. It is my job to preserve and enhance the county park system for current and future residents, to continue to work for those who came before me and help guide the future of Bergen County parks responsibly. That's why we've partnered with the Rutgers Center for Urban Environmental Sustainability. Together, we'll be developing what we believe will be the first comprehensive master plan for the Bergen County parks. Now, some people might be asking themselves, what's a master plan? If we've gone without one of those for as long as people can remember, why do we need one at all? Well, it's hard to determine where we go if we don't have a clear map of where we are. A master plan provides that map while outlining potential paths forward. It provides a blueprint that can serve as a long-range guide for fiscal development and preservation. The master plan considers specific planning challenges like scarcity of land and community and county development needs. It will account for unexpected population and demographic changes across 70 communities. The master plan will evaluate transportation and infrastructure within and between county parks. It will include planning for the availability and protection of environmental resources, as well as ways in which public safety, health, and welfare intersect with the parks and recreation. Once completed, the master plan will provide a clear understanding of the current park's inventory, a comparison with open space and parks throughout the region, including municipal and state properties, to identify areas and categories of need and develop scenarios for future development. The master plan will help us prioritize the use of limited parks and open space resources in ways that best address current shortcomings of our parks and enhance the system as a whole. Most urban and suburban park systems have a master plan. This plan will allow us to work with our local municipal partners in many areas. One would be providing additional access to those that have disabilities. They provide continuity, serve as a tool for responsible planning and budgeting, and help create a cohesive identity for the parks. It is long past time that Bergen County parks have a master plan. Now, I am pleased to welcome Bergen County Parks Director Jim Koth, who will go into more detail about how this partnership developed and how county departments will be working with the Center for Urban Environmental Sustainability to lead us on this project.
As the county executive mentioned, the master plan is a blueprint that will do two things: gauge where we are and set a course for where we need to go. Next year is the 70th anniversary of an organized parks entity in the county of Bergen. In 1947, the Bergen County Parks Commission was first established to plan for the development of a park system as Bergen County rapidly developed to provide housing and infrastructure to its residents. With over 1 million, just about 1 million people in the most populous state in the county, we have to think about how we look forward and how we plan for our future needs. 10 years ago, who would have thought that we would have to plan for how we host crew, or bocce, or sports such as pickleball? I learned about that last week. But these are things that people want to play, they want in our park systems, and we don't currently have, but we need to think about how to be on the cutting edge of providing recreational opportunities and open space for people to enjoy. Our partnership with Rutgers is not a new one, and it's not the first time we've embarked upon a partnership with them. Previously, they have worked on environmental issues such as how to reclaim the wetland areas in Area 1 of Overpack County Park. They have worked on how to analyze and study the potential adaptive reuse of the historic Hackensack Waterworks located in Oradell, New Jersey. And they've done these projects with an extensive focus and with great talent on community outreach and involving the public, engaging their opinions in considering in what direction do we take this forward. This study involves the Center for Urban Environmental Sustainability. It also involves Rutgers students in their studio classes, and Dr. Hofer will go more into that. But it also involves partners that have expertise that we did not have in a direct partnership with Rutgers, such as how to incorporate more culture and arts and events into our park spaces, how to be able to highlight and get people to interact with our historical uses, how to potentially adaptively reclaim properties which were for a use in its prior life but no longer has a useful life in that capacity. How to provide support services within our parks, such as concessions, bike rentals, and other types of things that people who come here may need to support their day in the park. County executive last year talked about his vision for parks and hoping to bring our parks to the next level of their development. And this is the start of that process in analyzing what we have before us and where we want to go. The master plan will allow us to, as you see the graphic to my left, not talk about Overpack County Park at approximately 600 plus acres as areas of the Nevada desert. Area 1, Area 3, Area 4. It's Overpack County Park. We need to understand how to connect those sections, how to have this park have an identity as a park in and of itself, and how people can be able to circulate through the different areas of the park so that they feel that they're in a park. Additionally, this will look at, as the county executive said, other recreational systems in the county, municipal, state, and other entities such as the Palisades Interstate Park and our parks in the Meadowlands region of the state. Because parks should connect with one another. And you look at an urban metropolis like New York City and the initiative that Mayor Bloomberg had for a park being within a 10-minute walk of every New Yorker. I don't know if we could answer the question on how far a park is for the average resident in Bergen County here, but we want to look at parks and see what opportunities our residents have before them. That will guide us in how we fill gaps. because we don't want to duplicate services that are being created at another level. We want to figure out how we can develop our parks to be responsive to the residents' needs and to complement our existing uses so that there's a variety of activities in all systems throughout Bergen County, but most importantly, how to connect those systems together, because people don't see them as different parks. They view them as parks. Lastly, one of the things that we want to look at is the programming of our parks from an educational perspective, from an environmental perspective. And I think that that's one of the strengths that Rutgers as a partner in the Center for Urban and Environmental Sustainability brings to the table. How to responsibly develop park areas to account for environmental considerations, how to allow us to educate and engross our youth in our park spaces to learn about why it's important to protect open space and our natural ecosystems. And with that, I'll transition to introduce Dr. Wolfram Hofer, co-director of the Rutgers Center for Urban and Environmental Sustainability, to talk a little bit more in depth about how the students in the center are attacking the project. Dr. Hofer.
We both are running that center, which is an interdisciplinary approach between environmental science and landscape architecture. And we are running the center to bring real questions of the state of New Jersey to the classroom. And this year I have the privilege, and I'm really happy to be able to work with Bergen County on this project, because we are able to bring this project into the classroom right now. I'm teaching an undergraduate studio about this this fall semester with junior students. And the opportunity of undergrad education is to bring new thoughts and new ideas to the table that just from a professional point of view would be rather difficult. But however, we are also like a professional organization, as our center is. And over the summer, we started to look at all the open spaces at Bergen County. And behind me, you see the maps that we produced for that. We have a map right there with the all existing parks in the county, all county parks, but also all the other open spaces on the state, on the federal and municipal level. As Jim Koth was mentioning, it's very important to see those together as a system. Because county park is not just an assembly of a whole bunch of open spaces that were bought at some time. It is a very interesting and well-maintained system that needs to be enhanced. It needs to be taken care of in the long run. And that is what this master plan is about, to take care about the parks in the long run and to understand the role of each individual park. When we looked at our inventory, we found out that we have 9,185 acres of parkland, and all these other different accounts that we did, taken an inventory of what is really here. And we discovered interesting things. For example, did you know that there is 5,944 parking spaces in your park system, which is kind of not unusual when you think about how much people drive here. But we also looked at desire path. Desire path is when people just run across in the park, don't stay on the path, and walk where they want to. For a planner and a designer, it is very important to look at what people really want to understand those. And so we mapped all of them when we visited each and individual park over the summer. From that, we look at each and individual park to make improvements for what each individual park would need. But we also certainly look at the overall system and look what the role of each park in the system is. When we look at that the majority of the Bergen County parks are those regional and active, and like the majority is the passive recreation parks, with almost 5,000 acres for passive recreation and nature preserves. So there's a large amount of passive use in the system. But we also look at active recreation, which you think about throwing a frisbee or a soccer ball or something, that informal things that families can do at the weekend. And the regional parks is like Overpack Park. Those large parks that have actually a larger dimension, which we think is the Overpack Park, the Saddle River Park, and Van Zoon Park. Those larger parks have an importance for a larger group of people and have to be looked at in terms of their particular function within the system. So what I can say is that Rutgers students and researchers, and not only me and Beth, but also our colleagues, are very excited to be part of a project which will balance desired park amenities with ecological stewardship of public property. For this project to be successful, public input will be key. And for that public input, we will have several meetings and public community outreach events during the fall, which we will schedule, and where we will invite all the residents to have a public voice in that development and to shape a park system that meets the needs of the county residents, but that also preserves and develops the ecological and historic quality of the open space system. Thank you.
Now it's my pleasure to introduce the chairman of the Freeholder Board, Steve Tonelli. These types of projects don't happen without the collaborative effort of both the legislative and the executive branch. And I'm happy to say that the partners on the legislative side, the Freeholder Board, have been very supportive of our Parks Department and of our parks. And it's without them and that partnership, we wouldn't be able to accomplish many of the things that we have had success in doing. So it's my pleasure to introduce the chairman of the Freeholder Board, Chairman Steve Tonelli.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you all for joining us today at one of our beautiful Overpack County Park. As you can see, $1 million view from this location, pretty much from any location in the park. Today's a very exciting day for Bergen County. This partnership with Rutgers and a master plan are crucial steps in making sure we continue to responsibly develop and improve our county parks. I hope everyone here is as excited as I am about the possibility that this partnership provides. Since County Executive Jim Tedesco has taken office in 2014, and for my entire time on the Freeholder Board as chair of the Parks Committee, we've worked diligently to turn our parks into year-round entertainment destinations. Today's announcement is the next step in realizing that vision. A master plan developed with the expertise of Dr. Hofer and his team at Rutgers will allow us to develop a strong identity for each of our parks. We know how important our park system is for our working families who visit them to get the needed break from their busy lives. Places like our zoo, our top-notch county golf courses, swimming pools, archery ranges, the list goes on. Not only do they increase property values, but they provide places to play and unwind with activities for the entire family. I also want to encourage our residents to get involved. There will be opportunities for the public to weigh in, and we want to hear from you as the attractions you want to see and the direction you want to see our parks go. These are your parks, and we want to create a park system that's responsive to the activities people are looking to do today and tomorrow. All of my colleagues on the Freeholder Board and I look forward to examining this plan in further detail and work diligently towards the adoption of this master plan. Thank you very much.
That concludes the press conference. If anyone has questions, I'll be more than glad to take any questions. If not, okay, thank you so much, everyone. We appreciate you coming out on this important day for Bergen County and for our park system. Thank you so much.